Alright, hello guys. So here we're going to be using the definition of a derivative to figure out what f prime is. I mean, at this point, we know what this derivative is going to be, right? We know that f prime, hopefully we know that this derivative is 6x minus 4. Okay, so if you're asked to use the definition of a derivative, i.e., using this equation, the limit as h approaches 0 of this difference quotient that we all know and love, okay, we can hopefully work through it and we can double check our answer because we know how to use power rule. And I can probably guarantee you that if we ask you to use the limit definition of a derivative on the final exam, that it'll be something similar to this, where it's a nice polynomial. If it's something like this down here on part B, it's a little bit more disgusting, and that will take a lot more time. So we don't want to waste your time. Well, I don't want to waste your time. Can't speak for everyone. So let's go ahead and try to make sure we can get this answer, but using this. Okay, so how do we use this difference quotient? Well, first we need to figure out what f of a plus h is. So notice how this is f of x. So I have x, okay? So f of a plus h is going to be the same thing, but anywhere you see an x, you're going to replace it with a plus h, okay? So I'm going to have 3a plus h squared. Because that x got squared, a plus h, the whole thing needs to get squared, minus 4 times a plus h, and then plus 1. All right. We might as well go ahead and multiply this out while we're here. So this is going to be 3 times a squared plus 2ah plus h squared. Common mistake is writing this. These two are not equal, so don't write this. Okay, write what I wrote. Okay, minus 4a minus 4h plus 1. And then we might as well multiply this 3 into everything here. Make sure the 3 sees everybody, not just the first term. Okay, and now we need f of a, which is going to be the same thing as f of x, but just replace the x with an a. So we'll have 3a squared minus 4a plus 1. Okay, now we're ready. So f prime of x is going to be equal to 3a squared plus 6ah plus 3h squared. Okay, yeah, we understand. We can read. So this whole thing gets subtracted from or by f of a. Make sure this negative sign gets distributed to everything, not just the first term. Okay, that's another common mistake I see. And this is all divided by h. Let's also recall that this is a limit, thank you, as h approaches 0. All this really means is that we're going to simplify this down until we can cancel this h, and then we'll plug 0 in for h at the very end, okay? So let's distribute that negative. So when we do that, this will become negative, this becomes positive, this becomes negative. Now, you know you did everything right if everything from f of a gets canceled out. So let's see, I have a positive 3a squared and a negative 3a squared. So those cancel. I have a negative 4a and a positive 4a, a positive 1, and a negative 1. Great. So now everything that's left should have h in it if we've done everything correct. Let's see, does it? Oh, it does. So cool. Why does that matter, you ask? Well, because now we can factor the h out of the numerator because everything has at least one h. So we're left with 6a plus 3h minus 4. Now we can cancel the h's because it's factored out. Right? So now we're limit h approaches 0 of 6a plus 3h minus 4. Like I said, once we were able to cancel this h out, then we can plug in. We can't plug in until it's canceled because then we would be dividing by 0, and we cannot do that. All right, so our final step is to plug 0 in for h. So we'll have 6a plus 3 times 0 minus 4. Okay, so this is our f prime of a, I guess. So why don't we write f prime of x is equal to 6x minus 4. Is that the answer that we thought we were going to get? Oh, looks like it is. All right, beautiful.